folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
The show is Horses Sing None of It, an activity of the Folk Project, and my name is Ralph Litwin, and our guest is Christine DeLeon.
It's very nice to be here. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the show. There's quite a buzz about you within the Folk Project.
I had a marvelous time, and I was thrilled to be invited there to play. It was quite an experience. Can I play another song for you?
Sure.
Great. This will be something I like to call my grandmother set. And I have one song about my grandmother on my mother's side, and of course didn't want to play favorites, and I have a song for my grandmother on my father's side as well. The first is called I Am Irish. glad you came to sit a while with me. I will tell you all about the world I see around me. First I sip upon my tea, say a prayer for all my children, and I am Irish, don't you know? I can paint a picture, but I can't make it mean. Even when I'm painting fire and hell, monarchs, actors, rock stars, and Ringwood garden scenes for the people that I love, and they hang them up so well. It's 'cause I'm Irish, don't you know? Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. My grandson's in a band, he wears an earring in his lip, and his hair's a different color every day. My granddaughter sings in choir, and I know where they get it. When I'm listening to my records, I can hit all of the high notes. It's 'cause I'm Irish, don't you know? But come you back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. When you walk through my door, you'll see it matches every season, all the ribbons for the men of liberty. The president's my hero every day on television. All the trouble that our world's in, I'll crochet a small solution. It's 'cause I'm Irish, don't you know? A bit of fabric and some styrofoam, these ornaments I make. There's a special place in my heart for the Christmas tree out there. Now I'll share my secret of success in baking cakes. I make them in ceramic molds. Don't take my tea, I'll drink it cold. And I shall hear the soft tread above me, and all my dreams will warm and sweeter be. If you not fear to tell me that you love me, I'll simply sleep in peace until you come to me. I am Josephine. I love being Irish, don't you know? Thank you.
Pray tell, Christine, why is your grandmother painting fire in hell?
She loves to paint on request. And she will be approached by several family members who say, I really love that actor, or I really love that scene. Could you paint that for me? She always loves to do that. And one time my Aunt Josie, her daughter, asked her to paint the cover art from Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell. My grandmother. So she really wanted to do this, and she gave it a really good try, but she kept coming back to me and saying, I have so much trouble with this. I can't make it look mean. There's some sort of a demon or a wolf on the cover, and she said, I can only draw cute puppy faces. I don't know how to make anything mean. So I always remember that she told me that, and that's such a description of my grandmother in general. She would never know how to make something look mean. So that song was for her. And the second song in my grandmother set is about my grandmother on my father's side who lives in the Bronx, or lived in the Bronx. And it's called The Jewelry Box and the Fire-Breathing Furnace. And I know that title is a little long, but the title will explain itself throughout the song. I got to think about my grandma. No, not her, the other one. She lived in New York City, and my father was her son. I didn't go there often, but I liked it just the same. She had a jewelry box with every single gem that you could name. I felt grown up in an instant when I wore those pretty things. I thought I was the biggest movie star in necklaces and rings, every color that the rainbow ever found. A box of crayons couldn't even stand its ground. Wearing so much I could barely move around. Now my grandpa was the building super on that New York City street. His job was to make sure that all the people had their heat. He walked me down the hall to see the furnace boiling. I swore it was a dragon come to swallow half of everything. Like the scary movie people falling in a fiery pit, I figured one small slip up on this concrete floor and that'd be it. So I got my nerve and backed out of there slow. Left my grandpa with the furnace all alone. I went back to Grandma's jewelry box and didn't really care about the cold. There were long white steam pipes hanging overhead. How lucky that I didn't realize exactly where they led. I had fun on all her furniture instead. It was vinyl monkey bars, suited fine for all us basement movie stars. When I wasn't playing dressing up or running from the heat, I was sitting in the kitchen where my family met to eat. And even to a kid like me, that kitchen was so small, they hadn't room enough. They had to keep the fridge out in the hall. We had to move the table out just so we all could fit. And you could almost open up that fridge no matter where you'd sit. I'll not forget that small apartment in the Bronx, with a furnace that scared me out of my socks. And the fastest way to feel grown up was in my grandma's jewelry box. Thank you. True story.
Both grandmas had fire.
Yes, in one way or another. That's true. Next song, I'll change the pace now a little bit.
Okay. Before you start the next song, let's tell people how they can get in touch with you to find out about your performing schedule and your recording, which maybe Mike can get a shot of here.
You can email me at christine@christinedeleon.com. And I check that very often, and I'll be happy to assist anybody who has a question.
As that would imply that the website is christinedeleon.com.
That's correct, yes. And it's a fun trip around my website. You get to look at my blogs a lot. While I was recording, I shared my experiences every day on the website. So it's kind of a little chronology of what went on as I was doing that. And next song is called Numbers. And I have the title of the CD in this next song. Toward the end, you'll hear a line that refers to a January hiding, which is the title. I've never wanted it all. I have very simple standards. I have rules, and I followed them to the letter. And how I've answered my call. There are 9 good years behind me, and I tried, though some will say I could have done better. But I have something they cannot take from me. Where most people wish for one true love, I have 1, 2, 3. On your crusading campaign, armed with secrets that you've stolen, they don't mend a 7-year division. What are you expecting to gain now that you've fed yourself to hatred? Don't pretend that it's to serve a better religion, 'cause that would be impossible to believe. If you spend your life seeking one bright light, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen him only once or twice. I didn't really like him. I'd like to spend my days and nights finding him some peace. If you spend your life seeking one great gift, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful days within the embrace of a January hiding. We built strength on what may now be never granted. I wasn't ready to face all this emptiness, and so I have to leave you now to drown in what you've planted. Don't revel in this one small victory, for you have spent your life seeking one true love, and I have found 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
So mysterious.
I started writing that song on probably the saddest day I can remember ever, but then as I continued writing it, it just turned into this message of you've won the battle but not the war, so this isn't over, and I still have lots to be happy about and grateful for, and isn't living well the best revenge? Isn't that what they say? So
What they say.
yeah.
Would you care to comment on how you came to your music?
My very first memory of my whole life was based around music. I was not yet old enough to stand on my own, because I remember standing at the top of a wrought iron railing staircase, and I was holding on to the railing, and I was dancing, kind of bopping around to the song "Spinning Wheel" on the radio. So, and that's the earliest memory I can recall. And I just started listening to records when I was very young and singing along with them, and I would lock myself away in my room for hours at a time, and just that's all I wanted to do, was to sing and to play, and really enjoyed it. I started teaching myself how to play guitar when I was 14, because I figured I needed something to accompany myself with. So that's how that started, and I got some guitar lessons along the way, which was a really great asset, because I learned how to do some finger picking and learned how to accompany myself better. I have a song, a request, actually, here in the studio. If you'd like, I'll play that.
Sure.
Our cameraman, Brad, listened to my CD and said that this was his favorite on the CD, and it's called "Shine." So I'd like to do that for everybody.
No sign of you coming.
sky meets the waves of your unfortunate part less than sound of body and mind. It's harder to pray on behalf of your broken down